Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. So welcome to today's video. Today is about autism, communication and behaviour part 2. Yes, if you haven't seen part 1, please go to the cards and you will be able to see part 1. We spoke about mainly about children and like adults with autism on the higher spectrum who was verbal, and what challenges that they had in their life, which made like a challenge to us as well. And we was talking about how specific they are. They Some people will say things like literally, and how we say things like, have you washed your hands? No. Can you go back to the toilet and wash your hands? And they literally go to the toilet and wash their hands. That's just one example of taking things literally. So you need to be very, very specific. So in this video, same rules really. Same rules for people, children and adults who are non-verbal or pre-verbal. At the end of the day, it's all like autism. Each individual is a very amazing and unique kind of individual, and through time you will get to know your child and how he or she communicates. So I'm going to grab my coffee because I'm very tired today. Matthew's off, and yeah, we'll get into Matthew in a moment, but yeah, so if I do look tired, and that's because I am. So cheers, coffee. Flat white, lovely. So part 2 is mainly for parents, or people in the professional, or just those who are interested. We're going to be talking about children who are a non-verbal, like my son Matthew, and yeah, he's got a wicked sense of humour. He really has. And his personality has grown so much. Matthew is very he will make a lot of noise, okay, and sometimes there are words within that noise, okay, and this is why I think when we talk about say non-verbal, people say, oh, so we can't talk, or so when is he going to talk? Now I get this all the time by friends and family, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay. People are kind of because he's 4.5 and he's not talking, like Rebecca is a chatterbox, but Matthew is as well. It's just that he does it in his own way, and so because I have worked in the field of special needs all my life, yes, would it be easier if he could speak? Maybe. Like I said in the last video, we need to be clear, we need to be specific, okay, and because if we are not, and if we don't keep it simple, words will just go over their heads. So I'm going to give you real life examples with my son Matthew, okay? And your child may be different. Your child, depending on the age of them, may have developed, or maybe they haven't. And what I'm going to share with you is my own experience, okay, with kind of Matthew. And there's all this ways that we can communicate with children who have communication difficulties, or non-verbal, pre-verbal, whatever kind of jargon you want to kind of use, really. For me, no, Matthew is just Matthew, okay? And he does communicate. He communicates every day by making noise. So, but he also now has picked up that, oh, like if I give, just pretend this is a remote control, if I give this to mummy, she will turn it over for me. And then if I'm not happy with what mummy has put on, then I give it back. And if mummy doesn't take the hint, then what he will do is literally go and make sure that mummy is going to change it. And this happens a lot. And this is where like his sense of humour come in, because sometimes he really does want it to be changed over, okay? And other times he just wants to like interact, and that it's very easy sometimes, I think, for us parents who've got children who are, say, non-verbal, to kind of just get on with things, and that, especially if they as good as Matthew, most of the time he will just watch TV, go around, be in his bedroom, and like that we have to kind of make sure that we are like interacting with our kids, because unlike, say, his like a sister, like she will come up and say, I want you to play with me, I want you to play with like me with my dollhouse. Matthew doesn't do that. When I first got into working with kids with autism, I read a lot of books, and this is not Matthew, I don't see, but they were saying that like in one book that autistic kids are in their own little world and that, and I don't think that is necessarily true. I think they are in this world and they are taking everything in. They are seeing details so much. Like I said in my sensory video, that everything is like it's just wow to them. And I watch Matthew like every day, and it's that thing of kind of like, and I just go, wow, you are so intense. He's so intense when he's watching a video, or he's got a tablet and he's going like this, and he wants to see the little kind of I say dots and that. I just think he's amazing. And but just getting back to communication and stuff, so he does communicate. He will now take my hand, and this is very classic, if you want to say, communication of a child with autism, but also children without autism as well, will take your hand to where he wants to go. So for like example, to the kitchen. Okay, so we know that but what does he want? So I will offer him his bottle or some food, and then if he picks food, I will offer him cookies or crackers. And if he goes away and then come back, I will offer him again. And if he's kind of like, I don't want that kind of thing, then I will offer him something else. And eventually we do get to a point where he's happy. Now, I have actually allowed him to go in the kitchen and pick him up, so he can choose, just tap him. And he's quite good at that, but he's heavy. So I don't do that anymore. So what I do now do is give him a choice. So I usually get him a plate, and what I do is I put all his favourites, like I say, food on there, and maybe something that he hasn't had before. So that could be a piece of fruit, it could be maybe a little bit of pizza or something, but he's got all his other stuff on there. Now they're not touching, like all the bread sits in one and all the other stuff is separate, so it's not like a large plate with everything on. And he seems to like that. I mean, normally he will just like leave the pizza, but he eats everything else. So that's another way that we do things as well in our house. I want to be very, very clear that you still need to be clear. You still need to be specific and just keep it simple. Like if with Matthew, it's one key word, okay? So I will say Matthew, arms, and then and he will lift his arms. No, he's I always show him what we are doing. So for like example, if we are going to the car, we're getting ready to go out. Yes, I have got PEX symbols, and yes, I signed the Makaton sign car, okay, but I show him the car keys, and I will open the front door, and we put our coat on, and he's not very happy sometimes because he might be watching some TV. But I turn the TV off, I show him the car keys, I say, good boy, and then we go to the car, and then he's happy. And that's the way that we roll. At the moment we use PEX, but what was it, he's doing much more better at, like I say, school, because it's a special needs one, and I think that when he's at home, he's like all kids. They do more at school than they will do at home. Eventually it will come. But I do sign to him. I'm learning sign. I'm learning Makaton again, because I haven't done any Makaton for, I don't know, when was the last time I actually done Makaton? I think it must have been in 2015, so what, 6 years ago. So yeah, so again, what was it, I'm retraining myself, to to do that. Now people will say, well, does he do like Makaton? And at the moment, no, he doesn't, but like in the future he probably will, just like his PEX. So I tend to be very, very clear with Matthew. But there are times when when I am talking and he will still understand as well. His understanding is getting much more kind of better. But with communication with say Matthew, we are experiencing like behavioral like issues as well. So this is nothing major, okay, but it's like if he can't get his way, now this is not a meltdown, this is a tantrum, this is him saying that I'm not happy, but we like also can't just give him like every single time to switch over like about 20 times. After you've done that, what was it, it's now after 5 times I've gone down, and I was like, look, you're watching this now, and if he doesn't like it, then he will have a tantrum, and that could be anything. That could be throwing himself on the sofa. It could well be that he goes off upstairs and he's just crying, and he's like cranky, okay. But then later on, after 5 minutes, he will come down, he will sit on the sofa, he will look at me and try to find the remote control, and I was like, no remote control, and then he will just watch TV. And so my point is here is that you need to set like say boundaries, okay. I wouldn't say it's like a discipline, because it's very, very hard to discipline a child with autism, but you need to set like boundaries, and it's up to you what those are. And also, like, if it doesn't work, yeah, you need time for things to work, okay, I've worked with many kids in my time, and like adults with autism, and a lot of the time change is really hard. But like also I would say that the majority of behavioral like problems, okay, so whether that's biting, kicking, hair pulls and stuff, is usually down to communication. Okay, I've been on loads of courses, okay, around behavioral like stuff, okay, and I must say that it's down to communication, and it's down to the frustration that one, um they haven't got what they wanted, and so that's why that behavior has happened, okay. Or two, what was it, there might be a change, so you may have changed something, and that's why they are behaving like they are. And also it can be sensory as well. So if like we don't like Matthew watching too much TV, he gets too stimulated, and he needs to get out. So like we have breaks, we have what was it, whether it's just going out in the car, or whether it's going to the park, or whether it's going in the garden or something, or just out the front and just having a walk for 5-10 minutes and that, because he does have tantrums. Now meltdowns are different, meltdowns that you can't control, and sometimes it could be a meltdown, he has a tantrum and then it turns into a meltdown, and that. So it's very, very difficult sometimes for us parents, I think. And just remember now that you are like amazing, yeah, your child is amazing, and together, you are amazing as well. So once we got communication, and we won't ever have communication perfect, okay, we can't be perfect, and our child can't be, and even those without kind of like autism and special needs, they can't be perfect. So because we don't live in the perfect world, okay. Need coffee again. It's going on quite a long time. So I really hope you have enjoyed this video. I think that what I want to be clear is that please do be specific, just keep it simple, and but also just like enjoy your child as well. Like if they are bouncing, then you bounce. I'm going to do a video, I don't know whether it be today, maybe next week, and it's going to be on intensive interaction and play, because to be quite honest with you, I've had the most amazing day today with Matthew. He was sent home because he had like a tummy say ache or something, and so the rules are they need to stay off for 48 hours and stuff. So he's going back on Monday, and then it's half term. But I had an amazing day with him. We went to the park. We spent the morning at home watching a bit of TV. We went to the park and he had an amazing time. We done tickles and stuff like that. We had lunch, and we went for a drive, and it was just like really, really good fun. And it's really nice sometimes to do that and just appreciate. And he makes lovely eye contact. I mean, some days are really hard, but then other days like today, it's been really like amazing. Like he's basically just been great today, and it's like he still has his say little routine of passing me the remote control and stuff. And I kind of said, to him in quite a raised voice, I said, that's enough now. And when I said that, he was laughing, and a big smile on his face. And that's something else I want to go into, is that I should have put this up earlier, but like basically some children with autism and children without, if like you like raise your voice or you shout at them and that, what they tend to do is laugh, and they will do it even more. And so I think this is going to be like the end of this kind of series. I mean, if you want me to make any more videos like specifically, then please let me know, because I'm quite happy. I haven't really gone into like really specific details on this one or the last one, but in this video I just wanted to make it a little bit more personal and stuff, because I mean, I got lots and lots of stories and that I could tell you and how to communicate and stuff, but the bottom line is that it should be a preferred communication by that, you know, like individual, you know, child or like young person or like say like adult. And you need like a team, you need like a speech therapist and, you know, other people. But what they need most is their parents to, you know, kind of like really understand them and really get inside their like head. And if you can do that, if you can have that connection with them, then that's absolutely brilliant. But we do live in the real world, and sometimes we just want to be ourselves. Sometimes we just want to, you know, yeah, just be ourselves and be, you know, mum and just dad, but also, you know, Michelle and, you know, Darren and that. And so it's a fine balancing a kind of act. Like today, Matthew had me all day, okay, and he will have me all day tomorrow, Friday, because his sister's at school, daddy's at work, and that. So, you know, we are going to have another brilliant day tomorrow. But one thing for sure is that his communication is coming on much more better now, but we just need to get him to press no more in terms of using his pecs and stuff. Once he can do that, I think he will be on a winner. And that and then we haven't even spoken about emotions and stuff like that, so that's a whole new video. So the next video will be intensive like play, intensive like interaction, and that, and then we'll see how it goes from there. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And that if you want a one-to-one session with like myself, please contact me, and we can have a free call on Zoom. And so yeah, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon. Take care, bye for now.